Hi guys, Andrew here, and welcome to another episode of the Three Amigos. We're still in the off season; it's nearly over from the end of last season. What I'll do is, once transfer window's done, kind of thing, we're into the season. I'll do a catch-up recap on all our signings, and yeah, and then we'll go from there. So until then, I'll see you in a bit. Hi guys, yeah. So I figured as I'm waiting around a bit, guys are looking for players still. I'll update you so far, and then I'll just do the little bit extra in the end. Okay, so uh, my outs. I had a fire sale. I got rid of everyone who I didn't see as a long-term future at the club. Obviously, I didn't make top four, so there are less pressure on me to win Champions League. So it's more about consistency this year. I'm giving Marasic back up to Keita, who turned up a chance. Desart will be first choice with Keita, and back up to him will be Anderson, who's suspended. So I'm relying a lot on youngsters. Um, who I invested in last year. People like Schurz as well will be given chances. I've also got Subotic coming on free, more experience. Belushi came on a free. Um, my most expensive transfers were the young fullbacks. Never going to be cheap. This guy's a coach. Don't worry about him. He's just a coach. So I got him as a hot prospect in reserves for numbers as well. So I had at least 11 reserves in each position. Henriks, you lot know about, I'm sure, right back. My most expensive signing. I went for Piaka. I took a chance because I don't know if you remember, I signed him before in a game and he came with a long-term injury because he starts the game with a long-term injury. Um, but he didn't have one, so that's massive. I got a youngster because we sold Danny Ward for 6 million, and I thought, well, I need a third choice, respectable youngster and determination, positioning, a lot of good stats there. Nothing amazing, but just third choice. As I said, Pelosi on a free. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but yeah, really good off the ball, work rate, determination, decisions, finishing, balance, pace is okay, jumping's okay. So just someone to play back up to Bacardi, and he's always he's never let me down really whenever I've had him. So I thought, why not save me some money? Emerson we got on the cheap. He will be back up to Caracol, and Keita is already prearranged. So Diop was in the summer. So yeah, the outs, wow. So at the end of this summer, I got rid of Klein, Ward, Sturridge, Wijnaldum, Chan, Flanagan, Matip, Henderson, Bogdan, Lallana, Moreno, and Lovren. Should have waited on me. I'll show you that I've only got one more sign to try and get. I think I'm trying to get it's Plie, but my brother's going for me, who obviously won the league or Champions League, to play as a number 10. And then if I can't get Plie, I'm going to get Burke to play on the right, and then get Piaka, or I don't know how to pronounce his name, play the 10 instead. So one of these two will be turning up, and that'll be my signings done. Um, let's have a look at the other lads. Gary's struggled. He's only signed two players. He got Van Dijk, Biankovic first season. He spent 30 million on this guy, who, as you may or may not know, I'm not a big fan of. And this guy was a really good signing. I wasn't sure he'd get a work permit, which is why I never went for him. But fair play. He has sold Monreal fairly cheaply, but 32. Giroud 9 million. That's not bad for a 31-year-old. El Nenny's gone for nearly 7, and Debuchy. So he's got some older players who are decent, but he didn't make much money on them, and he's spent a fair bit. So he's already said he's struggling to get players in, but that's where Gary's at. I'm sure he'll have a few more up his sleeve. Matt, he's got a friendly. It's his second friendly. Okay, so Matt's transfers. Let's go outs, I guess. So you probably saw what he done last year. Just so you know, last year he sold Lorente for 4.3 in the winter. Davies went just before the winter window to a Chinese club, and this guy went on a free. Okay. Musa Sissoko this summer went for fairly decent money. Ryan Loft on a free. Cole Walker Peters, yeah, he's terrible. Harry Winks for 9 million is not bad money really, considering if he had determination, it wouldn't be half bad to be fair, but no determination really lets him down. A few of these kids on a free. Let's have a look at his ins. Janssen pre-arranged. You got Max Mayer and Gortska, who would be probably. Where's Gortska? Oh, he's there. Sorry, Max Mayer and Gortska on a free. Obviously, his first season is Champions League, and me and Gary weren't. I'd be interested to see what money he got him on. 150 grand. So he definitely offered more money than the rest of us. Finding it hard to adjust. It just turned up. He signed a load of average but young players. He's not bad. He's 26, so he's not exactly young. Neto, I looked at. I didn't like his balance, but good player nonetheless. Ryan Sessegnon was a good bit of business for him. He had him on his shortlist the whole time, and I looked at him. I took a brief look at him, and he didn't have a minimum fee. And like 5 days later, Matt signed him for 8 million. It said it had arranged for 8 million. It hadn't turned up yet, and I looked, and he had an 8 million release clause. So Matt must have just been waiting for that release clause, and then signed him. This is great business. 4.1 million for Lamina, really solid defensive midfielder. This guy, okay, I found him on the shortlist. I was looking for a left back, and I had agreed. He agreed to come, and it was all done and signed and stuff. And I thought, do I? I already had Emerson coming on the cheap as a backup, and this guy, he's good, but he's a backup, and I wanted first choice to come in. And this guy's marking a 12. He's got some nice technique. Work rate's fine, tackling's fine. His jumping's only 12. His pace, acceleration was a 13, was a big thing for me. And anticipation was low. But he's determined. He's got a bit of pace. Position is okay. He's a really decent left back. He's just not world class, and I wanted world class. So, and as I already had Emerson coming on the cheap, who I really liked as a good backup, who I think is slightly better than this guy, even though he is slightly older and costs slightly more, but he is slightly better. I let him go, and then I saw like a week later Matt just went and signed him. And De Ligt. Now Matt's loves De Ligt. I love De Ligt, but he's not developed anywhere near as good as he usually does. These should be at least 17s for position and marking, and they're down to 15. Anticipation is low, and Matt spent big on him already. I looked at him and left him until he developed because I didn't want to. I just don't know. I think he needs work, and if you sign him at a crucial stage, sometimes it really stumps their growth. Maybe Matt can get him good. I don't know, but that's why I left him. So yeah, I was losing 2-0. So that's where we're at the moment. I'm sure there's more business to be done, and I'll update you on the rest as we go along. I'll wait to the end of the window before I do the next update, but that's where we're at. Where we're at, and yeah. Oh, Gal mentioned something about last season. If I didn't mention it before, I'm pretty sure I would have said that he won the cup, right? You guys saw this. He won the cup. It was the League Cup he won. If I didn't, apologies. But yeah, that's where we're at. Alright guys, we'll see you soon. Anyway, bye. How you doing guys? So Matt's got Chelsea in the Community Shield. Let's see how he gets on. Mate, that's really boring and even. Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Attacking and along, that is such a fucking bullshit tactic. Yeah, they're playing the same. Fair play to Matt though, he ain't conceded considering they're going along. Ah, that's fucked it. Yeah, I can't see this changing. Matt just lost his centre half. He won't care about winning this so much. He wants to win it, obviously, but it's the loss of a centre half just before the season starts. Well, it would piss me off more than anything, to be honest. And the fact that, like, long ball, I know Chelsea are fairly direct, but it's so effective in this game, it's ridiculous. Except against the little teams, I guess, because they just sit back with numbers anyway. Something inevitable about this now. Even when Matt was attacking with 11, he wasn't getting many chances, so I doubt he's going to get many with 10. What's the attendance for the fucking 17,000? There's a glitch. There you go, 1-0 Chelsea. Matt came into it a lot at the end. He went mixed to help himself out a little bit, but yeah, the red card was the changer there. Only one other update, by the way, on transfers is Gary signed a fullback, Toulion. I don't know. He signed him anyway, 35 mil. Alright, so see you soon. Okay, so it's me versus my brother. Fairly early on in the season, I'm at his ground. Both of us got off to a fairly similar start. Drawn 1-1-2. I beat Manu, FYI. Boom. But yeah. That's the team. I'm trying to keep the similar lineup for now, give him a bit of time to get form. Piaka came in for the injured Mane last game, and he's been doing okay. But then he turned up late for training, so fuck him. So he's back on the bench. I also signed Ryan Burke for 48 million. Oh man, far too much. But that means I can play him back up to Mane and Piaka back up to Firmino as he's a forward and attacking midfielder, so that should work out perfect. And I've got a young player that I actually wanted. Right, let's do this. My tactics already set up. Matt's playing that. Let's see how we get on. Cater hasn't started his career great, to be honest. Fucking first shot for goal. Right, let's enjoy this a bit. Oh. See what happens anyway. Yeah, it's always going to be our going on my brother's ground. He plays that very narrow formation, which doesn't allow you to play football, I guess. But I'll be honest, that didn't help at all. Wow, what's up with Subotic? Why is he on a 5? Okay, let's change that one. And an injury. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on, really? Give me some rhythm. Just want to look at the penalty. Fuck off, man. Who's going to be captain? Continue, that's fine. Right, this game's dead. I ain't had no luck. He scored his first shot and got a penalty. One of my strongest, best centre halves is injured, and yeah, it's just gone wrong, really. So really disappointing. In Butland, Subotic, Firmino, Icardi. Look at these world-class players, and they just fucking flopped for me in a big game. Unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, I know Matt had a bit of luck with the pen and the first shot, first goal, but what the fuck? I'm being really patient with Butland, and he did start the season off really well, fairly well speaking, and in a big game like that, he fucking flops. That's not acceptable. While I'm on, I'm going to do a quick roundup. The transfer window has closed, right? You're out for 2 weeks. I'm not disciplining anyone. I really don't want to get into disciplining people because I want to get continuity. I want to keep people happy, and that's too many shit performances. My brother signing, so he got Plie. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know. He's bought him in since the end of the window. Outs. He sold Janssen for 20 million, which was a great bit of business. Gary. He didn't do anything else, I don't think. Outs. Mertesacker on a free. Okay. He's just agreed to sign Sellerson, the keeper, on a free. So, yeah, that's where we're at. That's the league. That was a really shit performance. Didn't even compete. Gals won both his games. So, but that was always going to be a tough one. But that just didn't even fucking put up a fight. That was embarrassing. So move onwards, I guess. Long way to go. See you in a bit. Bye. Hi guys. Right. Unfortunately, fucking game did the save, and like an absolute fucking pain in the arse the game can be, when the save's done, the 5 second wait to stop it clicking onto the game is gone. So I couldn't even fucking watch the game, which has really fucked me off, to be honest. But yeah, Matt versus Gal. That's the league. I found a bit of form. I changed a couple of things with my tactics, and it is absolutely working wonders. I literally, that's my last few games. I changed it for this game. The only game it was a blip was this Everton game, right? I went 1-0 up early, it was all over them. They had the man sent off, and then late in the game, out of nowhere, they had nothing. They had the game gave it a free kick, and scored a free kick. So I can't do nothing about that. And obviously they went defensive with 10 men and sharp shots, so I didn't manage to get a second, obviously. But not the best performance, but I still really pissed at that goal because it was out of nothing. It just a free kick. It wasn't like they worked it into the box or whatever. Subotic pushed some twat over and Miralles swung in a free kick. So I was really pissed. But the new way I've got going is working wonders. Oh shit, Pen. Oh yeah, Matt and Gal are still both unbeaten. Gal's only drawn 2, Matt's drawn 4. So I suppose Matt to win this one would be good for the table overall. But yeah, this is mate. Oh fucking hell! You wouldn't believe what happened to me. So my 2 right backs out for he was out for 3 months, 6 weeks left. Pushed over a fucking ref, didn't he? Idiot. And Durham then got injured for a month and a bit, and so I've had Trent and Gomez at right back. Oh Matt, you lucky bastard! Gals equalised and Matt scored straight away again. Sorry, slurping my tea. Right, what's this? Someone's message. I bet Garrow's moaning. Fucking penalty, fuck's sake. Yeah, Matt gets quite a lot of luck in this game. Let's see if it balances out though, shall we, before we... He had a penalty against me, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Kane scored a pen against me. Let's see if he's improved. He has improved a bit, to be fair to Matt. Position marking up to 16. Still needs a lot of work though. I think that's pretty much dying a death, if I had to guess. If Galnick to draw, it'd be a big result for him. Be good to see the stats. They both play on exactly the same way. Yep, Matt won it. He's at home, you'd expect him to win it, but, you know, still got to do it, I guess. Okay, let's have a look at the stats. Yeah, Matt was a better team. Again, he's at home, you would expect that. Just double check their tactics. Attacking short, yep. Slightly different. Gary plays offside trap and attacking short, and his wide men, these midfielders go wide. Coquelin going to right wing. I wonder if he meant that. I wonder if he should have swapped these 2 over. But yeah. Yeah, so Matt did deserve it. The penalty, let's see what the penalty was after 5 fucking minutes. That's the ref my geezer pushed over, that's jokes. Barged Ericsson in the back. Oh, that's harsh, man. He sounds like a prick, this ref. Yeah, let's just double check my game with Matt early in the season. Penn, 57 minutes, yeah. He was sent. Harry Kane was sent to the floor with a hard tackle. Wasn't even a foul, just a hard tackle. Matt, you're a jammy fucker. Yeah, it's all right. Long way to go, mate. Come to my ground. Yeah, I bet you're pissed. All right, guys. So that's that. See you in a bit. Welcome back. Right, next big game. Obviously, I can actually watch this one because I'm in it. Yeah, twat. That's a problem. Yeah, sorry. Right, let's crack on. Come on, Butland. You get another chance, I guess. Caracol, Gomez. Go for Trent in this one. Subotic or Diop. Alright, let's go for Diop. Nah, let's not fuck about for a big game. There's no point changing it now. Coutinho, Mane. I've got missing both my first choice centre mids and both my first choice right backs due to injury suspensions. Desart got injured for a month or so, and Keita just got sent off in the previous game against Chelsea, which I managed to hold on with a 1-1 in the end, which is fucking annoying. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, fuck it. If I have to, I will. Alright, let's do this. Normally I'd be attacking with my new way of playing, but I know Gal's going to attack, so I've taken the chance. Fucking Subotic. If he gets sent off, I'm going to fucking kick off. Well, that's pretty crap, so let's do that. Can't risk anything like that. Oh, come on! That fucking goal would have been nice, obviously. Who's letting me down? Bobby's got a lot to compete with in that centre mid. Centre, I haven't got much other options there. Trent's not playing too bad. Fuck off. Disallowed air goal then. It's just fucking bollocks, isn't it? Can you believe this? Fuck's sake. Alright, let's analyse it before I lose my shit. Can't believe Gal, he won, but I just don't know how, considering how we've played against everyone else. Stop. I don't want to click that. Right, let's analyse. Alright, guys, see you in a bit. Hi, guys, welcome back. Okay, so me versus my brother. FYI, transfer window has just reopened. I got coaching. Yeah, obviously player coach, but I got a coaching. Gal just signed Sellerson on a free, as I mentioned. He also signed this defender. I'm not sure if he's centre half or left back. I would suggest left back. But yeah, his jumping isn't too bad, so maybe centre half, bit of both. He sold Walcott, and Matt he hasn't signed anyone. And he hasn't sold anyone. Oh no, he sold Marcus Edwards. Not a bad player. Right. I've got injuries after injuries. People come back, then they go. I've just lost Icardi for 2 months for no reason. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, let's crack on and see how we get on. I've made some tweaks to my way of playing. Not sure if it's gonna help, but we'll see, I guess. I just played Man U and I drew 2 away. And I'll be honest, I was really annoyed because I looked at the goals and it was just a case of Rashford got the ball. He was playing up front as lone striker. All the other men behind, like defending the box. And he got the ball and dribbled past, like Henrik's had a nightmare. Dribbled past Henrik, dribbled past him, dribbled past, and just scored. And he did it pretty much twice. I'm resting, rotating, dropped Butland and brought Karius in. This I would say it's his 8th game in a row, but it's not. He had 2 or 3 and then got sent off. So, and Butland needed dropping. He was far too comfortable, in my opinion. Yeah, that's where we're kind of at. What's Matt doing now then? Oh, he's going to that funky formation, is he? Good luck to you, bruv, if you want to do that. I think 1 goal and it's just over, I think. So if I get it, I guess. Oh, come on, really? Anyone playing really shit? Let's bring Big Dom Solanke on, I guess. Oh, Naby Kate is having a bit of a shit game as well. Okay. Well, we're having all the chances. And of course he scores. Yes. Brilliant. I honestly don't see the point in BIM. It's just the jammiest shit you ever see, honestly. Do you know how many times that's happened to me this season? Unbelievable. I mean, don't get me wrong, my shooting was absolutely terrible. But that's still bollocks. What was his goal? He just pumped it ahead of him into the box. This is what pisses me off. I tweak stuff, right, to avoid the long ball into the box and people finding space. I don't over-attack. I play normal mentality. And yet, he was able to fucking... Oh, mate. That is so infuriating to lose that way. My brother sent me a voice message. Here you go. I'll let you hear it. Get in. Lol, I'll put back. You'll hear this, bruv. That was the luckiest shit you'll ever get. Honestly, I can't catch a break in this fucking game. Fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. How'd you dominated... Get off. Why has that done that? Why has it done... Fuck off, Microsoft Edge. Thank you. He played the ball to Ericsson. Ericsson chested it down, found with a low forward pass. Of course, I spotted play in the air and chipped the ball ahead of him. Yeah, alright, so what are these lads doing at that fucking moment? They're just watching, I guess. I just don't understand how the fuck we can lose that game. Honestly, it's embarrassing. What is it doing this shit for? Close all fucking tabs! Right, speech goes in a bit. Yeah, Gary just said it best to Matt.
Jammy fucker.
There you go. I said it all. That's the story of my season so far. Injuries, suspensions, and dodgy fucking conceded goals. Whilst, of course, I don't get to score, so that's the way it is for this year, I guess. Hi guys. Okay, so we finished the game. I forgot to do a fucking wrap up, and I exited the game and was like, oh shit, I got to do a wrap up. Okay, so that's the league. I've had a combination of trying to find little tweaks to a set way of playing that have cost me certain games, especially the one against Gal. I did something, I went attacking with a certain passing style, and it really didn't pay off. He scored 2 goals fairly quickly. I did have one disallowed, but I realised as soon as I did it, he scored, and I was like, shit. And by the time I could stop it, he'd scored a second. But all in all, I've been really unlucky with injury suspension, but I'm still faffing about tweaking with the tactics. So I feel like I'm getting close, but I'm always feel like I'm getting close. So who knows what the fuck's gonna happen in the future? I'm through cruising in all the cups. I've had some nice draws in the cups, to be fair. But yeah, that's the league table. Um, Matt, he's had a couple of dodgy results recently. Begovic just champ manned him, man. Just super keeping him there against Bournemouth, and he was really unlucky against Stoke to lose on penalties. I assume Sessegnon 92nd minute was an injury after his subs. Yeah, so he went down to 10 men essentially in extra time, and they scored. He managed to get one back, take it to pens, and then he lost on the lottery of pens. In general, I'd suggest. I mean, he probably lost it in the first leg, not beating them at home. But look at that Fraser Forster. Stoke have put together a fucking team, by the way. They just play a bunch of lumps at the back, very realistic. Zuma's still there. They actually signed Zuma, but they've got Fernandinho, McCarthy, Phillips, Shaqiri, Gabbiadini, Fraser Forster. They've signed Rondon. They've just signed really well, and these are all just absolute lumps, and they just play direct football. It says short there, but that's that's never seems to be the case when I play them. They never play short, but yeah. So he's unlucky there anyway. Generally fairly consistent. Champions League will be fine. One at home, drew away. He lost away to Man City twice. He beat Gal. I think yeah, you guys would have seen that, and they're the stats, deservedly so. But generally really consistent. He's just been a bit unlucky. I think that's about it really. A few draws there really kind of hurt him. Obviously, you saw the game against me, the lucky prick. Couldn't believe that. Couldn't believe it. I dropped Tar after that game. I'm not sure this guy's going to make it, honestly. He's not exactly rapid and he's not like at all. He's like caught in between. And with all the other wicked stats, you'd think that he'd get by, but he doesn't. He's not the world class defender I hoped I'd sign, so really disappointed. So he's out. So anyway, so that's Matt anyway. Oh, signings. He signed a couple more. He signed this kiddie keeper. He's not bad. No bravery really, but he's not bad at all as a fourth choice. Outs. He sold Edwards. We saw that. So that's his ins and outs. I won't look at futures because that's not fair. Um, Gal. He's had a really good season. And you can tell by these results, even away to Everton, held on to the draw. He got beaten by City. He was really pissed off with that because obviously it looked like an even game. But they took their chances, I guess. I mean, that is a phenomenal team City have. To be fair, Dan Burn, I would question. But everyone else, pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, Gal's still got a quality side, so it doesn't look like he rotates much, though, I have to say that. Like, Benkovic, 33, Van Dijk, 27. All my players barely play 20, but that may have something to do with the fact they're injured half the time. Yeah, really consistent season from Gal, to be honest. He's through in all the cups as well. FA, I think I've got him in the League Cup. Yep, semi-finals. Champions League group stage, he's won and drawn as well, so he's pretty solid in that. Transfers, so he just bought in Celeson and Saar. I showed you that, and out. Walcott, 15 mil, which he's done well to get that much, to be fair, 29. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'll show you my fixes in case you really give a shit. You saw the Spurs game, I was a bit robbed. I was really pissed off with this game because the way I've been playing, I noticed I was losing to a lot of balls over the top, like especially when I played Barca and things like that. So I tweaked some stuff, kind of like, and tried it. I haven't lost to a ball over the top since. But what I had hard tackling on, and what was happening in some of the games where I was drawing 1-1, I was noticing they were scoring free kicks all of a sudden. I was like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. It's like every time I tweak something, there's a new weakness, and it's bollocks. But I found a way. I went to normal tackling, and I haven't given away many free kicks, so that was good. Now all I've got a problem with is my defenders actually playing better because, like, if you see the game against Gary where he beat me at home, which was fucking uh, sh- shocking. Like I mean, you see there, I had Trent at right back, and Ozil playing left wing. He found space in the area because Trent's shit. I mean, I had my second choice centre mids in, first choice midfield and attack. Cardi, I mean, of all people to let me down. He's been playing pretty well as well, so I was really disappointed. Tar, he just doesn't do enough. He actually had an okay game there, even though he never won a header. And yeah, so sorry, the missus talking to me. Butland's been pretty shit. Look, 20 and 23, all those stats. I know he'll come good, and I know he takes a while to settle, but fucking hell, hurry up, mate. Um, yeah, away to Leicester, man sent off. I think away to Chelsea, I had the same man sent off. Um, yeah, just generally pretty fucking bad luck. What was that? Oh, that was a free kick. This is where I was playing hard tackling, and that's the one. That's the start of the free kicks that started going in. Where was the other one? 1-1 Chelsea, Leicester. But anyway, I was noticing a lot of free kicks going in anyway. I think the Bournemouth game was a red herring as well. Yeah, so just generally, I keep tweaking and moving and seeing where it goes as you have to get a formation you like. I don't want to play the way Gal and Matt play. It's too generic. Everyone plays it. I'm just trying to find a different way because I just don't like playing that way. It's just not very realistic to me. And I know the game isn't realistic, but you know what the fuck. I like to play with wingers or wide midfielders, should I say? Because I don't care if they actually stay out wide. But anyway, that's another whole other subject. Um, Also, the other thing that was bugging me massively, you know, the ball over the top into the box, is like every now and then Chelsea and some of the best teams, like I'll show you, they do this. They play that way. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard. Alright? It's fucking unbelievable that they do that. And you look, so Barca do it in this game, and Real Madrid do it, no matter what formation. They all play long ball. It's, it's fucking unbelievable. So, I had to change the way my defence sort of defended to stop that ball over the top being so effective. So I've adjusted, um, but of course that brings another set of problems. Um, but yeah, we'll see how we go. That's where we're at. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. Just that, yeah, for me, I think it's gonna be a season. The gap's so big now between Matt and Gal. I'll be just chasing top four. I've got a lot of new players in, as you saw. I bought in the summer. I mean, a hell of a lot. So they're all settling in and developing nicely. So I like my squad. I won't have much to do in the summer, which is what I want. I think I'll definitely need a new centre half, and I'll probably sell Tar. Yeah, really disappointed in him being a nearly man. But yeah, I don't know who. There's no one out there I've seen that I'm very thunderstruck on. But yeah, we'll see where we get. But so yeah, just the season top four, which is shit really, because you want to be competing. But my first season was shit, and that's held me back because certain players I normally would get don't want to come. and it's fucking unbelievable. So yeah, not going great for me in this one, but at the end of the day, if I find the tweak in the formation that I want and it all works out, then I don't care. So sacrifice a bit of time and a bit of mental health to find what I want. All right, guys. So yeah, I'll leave it there anyway, and I will see you next time. All right, bye.